Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a super exciting video for you all. We're going to be counting down the top 10 best Ryan Reynolds movies of all time. Now, before we get started, let's just take a moment to appreciate how amazing Ryan Reynolds is. I mean, not only is he incredibly talented, but he's also hilarious, charming, and just an all-around great guy. And let's not forget about those abs. Seriously, is there anything this man can't do? Okay, enough fangirling, let's dive into the list. Starting off our list at number 10 is The Adam Project. The most visually stunning movie on the list is The Adam Project, a science fiction outing with Ryan Reynolds in the titular role. At least, he plays the older version of Adam Reed, who kicks off the plot by stealing a time jet to escape a dystopian 2050 and return to 2018. He's looking to save his wife, but things of course go wrong in the process, thus resulting in a funny yet poignant journey through time and space. Sure, this isn't the greatest of screenwriting efforts despite being penned by 4 creatives. But with great visual effects, charismatic performances, and some entertaining dialogue, The Adam Project released to a massive reception, with audiences quickly bringing it into Netflix's top 10. It's well made around every corner of production, and that includes its feats of comedy.
Laura, this is me.
Hi. Parallel contact, babe?
Well, you've always said that you've wished you'd met me earlier.
Coming in at number 9 is The Proposal. A surprising delight in terms of comedic value, The Proposal should go down as one of the funniest romantic comedies to hit the silver screen over the past few decades. And most of its humor can be attributed to the performances of its leads. Not just Ryan Reynolds, but also Sandra Bullock. This is arguably the latter's funniest effort to date, as she plays a book editor named Margaret Tate. Reynolds shows up as her assistant, Andrew Paxton, whom she recruits to marry her in order to avoid being deported back to Canada. These are 2 of the most famous actors of their generation, and they share a hilarious rapport around every corner of the film's plot. Although The Proposal failed to resonate to any notable degree with critics, audiences were right to attend their local movie theaters. This is the best rom-com of Ryan's career.
No ring.
No ring. What?
No. But inside that box, underneath all that crap, there was a little handwritten note with the address to a hotel, date.
Next up at number 8 is Free Guy. Free Guy shows that Reynolds doesn't have to rely on the snarkiness of Deadpool for the rest of his career. The character Guy is about as different from Wade Wilson as you can get. If Deadpool is hyper-aware of the genre that he is in and breaks the fourth wall, Guy is completely unaware that he's in a simulated reality. His comic aloofness is key to explaining the concept of the film. Free Guy takes place in the world of the MMORPG Free City. While Guy is simply a non-player character, he starts breaking out of his character loop after encountering player Millie Rusk, Jodie Comer. Millie is on a mission to stop the tyrannical CEO Antoine Hubachalik, Taika Waititi, from destroying the game and replicating it. Guy only slowly becomes adjusted to the fact that his life is boring for a reason. Reynolds does a great job of showing how he grows beyond his ignorance.
You know what time it is?
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 At number 7 we have Buried. Buried features the bravest performance of Ryan Reynolds' career. It takes a real movie star to captivate an audience, but Buried required Reynolds to literally be the only person on screen. The film follows American civilian worker Paul Conroy, Reynolds, as he fights for survival in a wooden coffin in Iraq. He has been mistakenly buried alive and desperately tries to communicate with his family, his kidnappers, his employers, and his government to get out alive. It's a testament to Reynolds' dramatic range that he was able to make this isolated scenario riveting for 95 minutes. Buried also gave Reynolds a chance to be vulnerable. While characters like Wade Wilson and Michael Bryce aren't particularly relatable for the average audience, Paul is a very ordinary man with real problems. Just a few days earlier, his biggest concerns were his family, his employment, and his finances. Now, he has to worry about his mortality and the safety of his country. Reynolds does a great job of showing Paul's evolution as he accepts his circumstances. If there are any of Reynolds' roles that truly merited serious awards consideration, it's his outstanding performance in Buried.
Help! Help! Help!
Taking the number 6 spot is Adventureland. This entry co-stars Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, with a star-studded supporting cast: Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig, and Martin Starr. But even among all those comedic minds, there's a solid argument that Reynolds steals the show. Okay, Hader does, but it's close. When he commits himself to a character, he shines as perhaps the funniest facet of every film he's in, even if he plays kind of a scumbag, as he does here. Here in Adventureland, he works, along with the rest of the characters, at the titular rundown amusement park, and each thespian shares a brilliant, hilarious dynamic until the film's final, funny frame. There's a fair bit of poignance, but at the end of the day, Adventureland is easily among the most uproarious movies from Ryan Reynolds.
Every time you meet a beautiful woman, don't you imagine what she'd look like underneath you? Naked?
What? No. No.
Alright, folks, listen up. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give the video a good old-fashioned thumbs up. Let's show the creator some love, shall we? Halfway through our list at number 5 is The Hitman's Bodyguard. Some of the best rapport from any film on the list is shared between Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson here in The Hitman's Bodyguard. It's one of many films on the list that's held in higher regard with fans than it is with critics, and that showed in the money it accrued at the worldwide box office. $184 million off a budget between $30 to $70 million. That's exactly how a sequel was spawned, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard 2021. And as contrived as that name may appear, its plot is somehow worse. It's best you stick to the original. It's worth noting, though, that if you do indulge in either, you should go in expecting to laugh. Not much else. The leads in Reynolds and Jackson share a back-and-forth showcasing of hilarious banter that highlights the film until its final frame. Even if it's hardly one of his best movies, The Hitman's Bodyguard should be remembered as one of the funniest films from Ryan Reynolds.
I was up here, yeah? Then I opened up to you. Why wouldn't I? I was in love with you. And I fucking told you his name. It's the first time in my entire career I revealed a client's name. I trusted you.
Coming in at number 4 is Deadpool 2. The only reason Deadpool 2 comes up shy of the penultimate spot is because it was released in proximity to its predecessor. Amid dozens of other Hollywood superhero films, 2 back-to-back movies felt like the beginning of another franchise destined to fatigue its fans. For the most part, Deadpool 2 exceeded expectations. It's still a hilarious film with Ryan Reynolds. In other words, even if there's a film that separates the two. This is among the more refreshing sequels in recent memory, taking risks off the bat both in the plot and behind the scenes. It picks up 2 years after the events of the first film, with the events being just as famous as the Merc himself. This might always be the role that fans associate with Ryan Reynolds.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. You're absolutely right. I'm about to do something terrible.
Breaking into the top 3 is definitely maybe. Every guy has the one that got away story. Indefinitely, maybe, well, Hayes is getting divorced, but to shield himself from the heartache, decides to recount his quest of finding true love to his 11-year-old daughter, Maya. In a unique twist, will transforms the story into a mystery for Maya to solve. There are 3 suspects. One is her mother. But which of 3 romantic partners did her father fall for? The film is the big screen version of How I Met Your Mother. It also is told in flashbacks. In the Princess Bride fashion, the audience experiences this romantic comedy through Abigail Breslin's young Maya pondering which of 3 1990s romances produced her. Reynolds fires on all cylinders, constantly switching between smooth talker and romantic fool.
What do I know about missile systems or Social Security or the tax code?
What about civil rights or women's rights? A woman's right to do what she wants with her body. What about that?
At number 2, we have Mississippi Grind. Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn of Rogue One. A Star Wars story might be the most unusual pairing in recent memory. Reynolds is Curtis in Mississippi Grind, a hot-shot card player who teams up with Mendelsohn's Jerry, a gambling addict in pursuit of the highest-stakes poker game in New Orleans, where the Mississippi River terminates. In a huck-fed adventure, as Jerry calls it, him and Curtis visit many establishments, racking up funds to buy into the $25,000 game. Slowly, Reynolds goes from a confident, rambling scoundrel to a reinterpretation of Charlie Babbitt from Rain Man. At times, it is difficult to know whether he is being humorous or serious.
How much do you owe? A lot. To who? Everyone.
And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our list is Deadpool. The funniest film from Ryan Reynolds has to go to the original Deadpool, thanks to its brilliant, genre-subverting style of breaking the fourth wall. He's able to use perfect timing with equally impressive conveyance to deliver the greatest performance of his career. He shines as the eponymous character, also known as Merc with a Mouth, with Deadpool also going down as perhaps the funniest superhero movie ever made. There are many competitors in that regard, but from keen tactics of continuity editing to brilliant efforts of scriptwriting, this is a hilarious film thanks to various elements of behind-the-scenes filmmaking. And thanks to the convincing efforts of its star-studded cast, led by the man of the hour, Deadpool without a doubt deserves to top the list.
Who rooms with a bunch of other little whiners at the Neverland mansion of some creepy, old, bald, Heaven's Gate-looking motherfucker on that day.
And there you have it, our list of the top 10 best Ryan Reynolds movies. Let us know in the comments which of these films is your favorite. And be sure to like and subscribe for more movie-related content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.